Great defeat this afternoon against Oldham. I can imagine you're a little bit disappointed after that.
Yeah, frustrated, mate. I think we came in at half time, 8 points to 6 up, and I thought we defended really well that first half. I think it was just a real gritty game. You know, I think both sides, it was pretty much forward dominated, middle dominated. I think that's just how it panned out. I would have liked to have thrown a little bit more shape coming out of yardage, but I think that's just how the game developed. They came out in the second half and went pretty much direct down the middle, and I think we tried to return serve with that, and I just think they managed the game in that second half a little bit better. I thought Drinkwater were outstanding with his kicking game and game management, and I think ultimately that decided the game.
As you just said there, obviously it was very even for the majority of that game. The first half in particular, obviously we went 8-0 ahead, so game management from ourselves, you must have been pleased with how we managed that first 30-35 minutes.
Yeah, definitely, and they put us under a lot of pressure, did Oldham, and I thought we scrambled really well, showed desperation to defend our goal line, and then had a bit of an opportunistic try there, which Gloves obviously went the full length and scored and took the 2 points to give us that 2-score cushion. And then just disappointingly we'd identified the shape that Oldham play from a tap play where they scored off in that in the first half. So that was a bit disappointing because we prepped that this week and practiced that shape, but obviously we didn't defend that. And then I think 2 evenly matched teams that second half as well, and ultimately 2 kicks decided the game. The ball came down, and it's debatable whether it went forward or backwards, but they picked the ball up and scored, and then the one right at the very end, the 40-20, which we tried to save, and they scored on the back of that. So it's the game's been decided on them 2 kicks, but disappointing that we didn't manage that game in the second half a little bit better.
A couple of players were without this afternoon. How are they doing?
Yeah, we're hoping Morgan Smith's going to be back next week. I think Joel Farrell's going to be a while. He pulled his calf and team run on Friday night, so I think he's going to be a while. We're hoping Jack Buss is back next week as well. And Eddie Batty pulled his calf this week, another calf. And we're not sure on Eddie. That might be a 2 or 3 week one as well. So we've got a few battered bodies. James Glover come off today injured, and Lewis Peach come off injured as well, so we'll have to have a look at them. But we're carrying a few battered bodies at the minute, and not a lot of players in the squad.
A trip to Bradford next week, obviously away from league action, so you must be looking forward to obviously going back into cup action, obviously trying to book a place into the semi-finals.
Yeah, the players have mentioned, and I've mentioned as well, that it's been a target of the players that they want to get back to Wembley and win a trophy at Wembley, and that's the focus for this week. It's disappointing that we've not picked up any points today in the league, but we need to dust ourselves down and prep and plan like we always do, and get ready for that game next week at Oldham, because it's on a tight pitch. It's going to be direct and compact. It's going to be down the middle again. We know where they're going to come, and with the dimensions of that field, there's not many other places where you can go apart from down the middle.
And on that game itself, I can imagine you know it's going to be a very tough game, as you say there, with the playing factors, but obviously Bradford going to Featherstone today and putting 48 points on Featherstone.
Yeah, I think they were smarting from that defeat against Barrow the previous week, weren't they? So I would imagine they've had a bit of a dressing down this week in training, a tough week in training for that game against Featherstone, and obviously it's worked. So it's going to be difficult for us next week. We're getting numbers on the field with the sort of 17, 18 players that we had fit and available today. So we'll have to have a look round, see if there's any people out there that can get to cover some numbers on a short-term basis, and see how we go from there.